That's a good question. I have no idea. I'll tell you one reason, because I hated the violin. It's, you know, right. I just didn't like the violin. I started with the violin, and I really wanted to play trumpet initially. That was kind of my first choice, but then there was no trumpets left, so the teacher gave me this violin, which to me sucked, just as bad as could suck. And no offense to violinists throughout the world, I mean, it just wasn't for me. Then after that, I don't know, I became very attracted to, you know, to the drums and percussion, and, you know. It's like a conversation, really. It's just in a musical way. You know, when you converse with people, you're listening. That's kind of the art of conversation, really, I guess, is listening, right? And so then you're, you know, it's all this back and forth, and you're conversing. It's the same thing with music. You know, you're listening and responding to something you're hearing, something that's being, you know, kind of thrown at you. So you're, you know, there's this response that's going back and forth, call and response thing that's happening that I really enjoy, you know. Drumming your way to success, I don't know that that's a good goal, because, you know, it's the age-old, you know, problem that, you know, people face of having to make money with art, you know. It's very, very difficult, you know, to do. I think that if you work at yourself creatively, you know that you have something like that. For me, I mean, I always was drawn to musical things. I knew that I had, I mean, even early on when I was a kid, that I had ability. I knew I could do this, and I was just always attracted to creative things, and I especially liked the drums. I, you know, from the first moment that I played the drum set, it just was like I connected with a really powerful part of my life that I really wasn't aware of previous to that, you know. Well, usually with projects like these, I like to get to music in advance and either have a CD or, you know, some kind of music to listen to, and I like to have charts, you know, music, written music. So Doc sent me a CD of all the tunes with also, you know, written music. So I listened a few times at home, and then I practiced along with a couple of the tunes, went through all the tunes along with the recording, you know, followed the music, right? So that I had an idea kind of stylistically what was happening here, although I didn't kind of come in with any preconceived, you know, sort of ideas, other than knowing that there's a style that I had to play. And so it kind of, you know, everything sort of took on a life of its own once we got in here. You know, you start the process of, you know, working out the songs. And so we would work out the song, listen one, you know, one time through or a couple times, whatever, and start cutting the song. And,
you know, can we just listen to what we did?
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to find some spots where we're all agreeing on where the pushes are and things?
And if you're going to
for what we have now, let's say here what we've got.
see, I think if we get something happen like this, then you don't have to put it all on the drums to make that happen.
Exactly.
You know, and I can kind of like sort of simplify a little bit, but add a little more, and then everybody kind of meets in the middle on this.
You're right on the money.
For loving me, for giving